Croissant. What's up, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another Overwatch Odyssey League matchup between the PA Blinks and the Jade Dynasty. Tonight, joining me to commentate is the one, the only, Jakey Wakey 19. What's up, Jakey?
What's up, Andrew? It's good to be back. These are two really good teams, and I'm excited to see this matchup tonight.
I couldn't have said it better myself. We have got a lot of hype going on between the teams here in the Discord, talking some smack, talking some game. I'm excited to see which team can back it up. Obviously, you can expect some great things from Jade Dynasty. They have been dominating the league so far. And then meanwhile, PA Blinks, they had a little bit of a hiccup that first week in the preseason, but after that, they've done a pretty good job as far as competing in this league, so I'm excited to see. And we do have a little bit of a different composition here, a different team, so I'm excited to see what that will do in order to overcome the Jade Dynasty. So we're going to go ahead and start tonight off with Hybrid at Kings Row.
Now, I hear a lot of people having conflict about Kings Row. Do you like it or do you not? I want to hear your opinion.
We got it. No, this is actually a very important question.
Well, how do you feel about it, Andrew?
Personally, I like it. Kings Row is one of my favorite maps. It's just nostalgic to me.
I would agree with that. Let us know in the comments. Yes or no for Kings Row?
So as you can see here, we have got Jade Dynasty starting out attacking. Meanwhile, PA Blinks are going to be on defense. You see one of the newer players, Chris, is playing Mercy. AZ on Bastion. Wick playing Ramatra. Another new player for the PA Blinks, Zoe Chloe for Chloe? Chloe? How would you say that, Jakey?
I would say Zoe Chloe.
We're going with Chloe, playing Ashe, and then we have got Chaotic again here on Ana. Meanwhile, Oso sticking with Reinhardt. Overall, been playing very dominantly with Reinhardt. Good job creating space and everything. We see Squid playing Sojourn, Arrow playing Lucio, which we have seen before, Lelouch on Baptiste, and Khan playing Genji. So let's see what happens here.
We do see PA Blinks kind of starting off, trying to take away all those angles. Getting the high ground, low ground, getting the off angles.
And you see Squid is striking first, taking down AZ. Oso diving in here. Chris taking a lot of damage. Chris going down. And immediately the PA Blinks are backing up. Zoe Chloe going down. Wick going down. Is just Chaotic up on top. Battling away here. And Chaotic does go down as well. You see Khan here applying some pressure, trying to prevent the PA Blinks from making it back there to contest the point, and successfully doing just that. Oso diving in again, getting a pin on Wick. And Oso does go down. Wick able to get Lelouch, not able to get the Immort down in time. Lelouch going down. Wick pushing. And you see Khan in the back line. And Khan goes down as well, but Squid is able to take down AZ as a result, and Oso back from spawn here. Oso immediately applying pressure, Arrow taking down Chaotic there. Immort does go down, Wick having to back up here. Does not get pinned, but still in danger. And Wick does go down. Now Chris having to escape here. Chris does go down. And you see Arrow and Squid both pushing up here. Again, keeping the PA Blinks away from the payload. Meanwhile, you see Oso is back there with Lelouch.
Overall, a great push from Jade Dynasty. Taking advantage of trying to hold that little choke area, waiting for their team to go.
You see Oso is able to get a good fire strike on Chaotic. Arrow booping Zoe off. Squid getting a 3K. And I missed all of the action, Squid. I am sorry. I can't take anything away from Arrow getting that boop, though.
It's an iconic spot to do it, too. You always got to get at least one.
And just like that, Jade Dynasty are able to get the payload to the first checkpoint here. And Dragon Blade being used here. And AZ able to take down Khan. Khan not getting any elims here. Kitsune Rush being used. Wick is going to push in. Immort is used. But it is not going to keep Oso alive. Wick able to get Lelouch as well. Really pushing in with that ult. Solid pushback from PA Blinks. You see AZ does still have ult. Meanwhile, Jade Dynasty are without any. So far, that hasn't seemed really to hinder them, but we'll see what happens here. And Lelouch able to finish off AZ plays. A lot of that damage getting reflected by Khan. Lelouch taking Chris down. Wick isolated back here. Chaotic dives in to help, but Chaotic goes down. Wick goes down as well. It is just Zoe here as Sojourn. And Zoe going down as well. PA are going to have to make one final push here. You see artillery to be used. And Lelouch able to avoid all 3 targets that AZ put down and walk the payload to the final checkpoint here. Jade Dynasty completing the map.
Overall, I have nothing to complain about with Jade Dynasty or PA Blinks. They both had really aggressive mentalities. I think Jade Dynasty just it seemed like they kind of wanted it a little more. You did see PA Blinks pushing in. They had great ult combos kind of pushing back against the Jade Dynasty. But overall, Jade Dynasty just did a really good job of not pushing too far when they know that some of their teammates are down and kind of waiting for that team to regroup.
Yeah, I can see that. And as we saw from the very first game in this preseason when Jade Dynasty faced up against Gum Guzzlers, right from the start, they set a very dynamic and very fast pace. And so far, every team has been unable to handle that pace that Jade Dynasty is setting. So we'll have to see if we can, if PA Blinks can accommodate, if they can slow the pace down, really play the game that they want to play here.
And that's a huge thing, whether it's hybrid, escort, push, flashpoint, whatever game that you're playing. You just got to take charge. Once you take charge of the map and you have that confidence, you have that aggression, it's really your game. You set the pace, you set the strategy, and you just push.
Yeah, yeah. And I think as we saw kind of right toward the end of that last round here in this first game, PA was really able to maybe adjust or adapt, but really they gotta set their own pace here. You see some changes. So Chris is now going to be playing Kiriko, AZ on Genji now, Wick playing Junker Queen as opposed to Ramatra, Zoe Chloe on Cassidy, and Chaotic now playing Baptiste. Pretty solid team fight going on, but at some point PA is going to have to push through this choke here. But Oso again creating space, really preventing them from going anywhere. AZ pushing up top, pushed out by Khan there. Wick taking a lot of damage. Oso really pushing in there. Immort being used.
Great Immort by both teams right there, Andrew.
And Oso goes down. PA Blinks strike first. They're going to have to push here, and Wick doing just that. Lelouch going down as well. And AZ really pushing in here. AZ's going to have to get out, and AZ does. PA Blinks are getting point. Oso rushing back in.
A great push there by PA Blinks, knowing when to push in. They got the tank, knew it was their opportunity, and they took charge of it.
Definitely. And just like that, PA Blinks are able to capture point and get the payload rolling. You see Arrow playing up top there, trying to get some shots.
I definitely feel that the PA Blinks are getting a little bit more comfortable with their team comp. Then again, they do have two new
and window being used here. And Wick is going to go ahead and use ult, but B is dropped. Oso doing a great job of isolating Wick here. Kitsune Rush used to try and keep Wick alive. Chris does go down. Wick does go down. The PA Blinks are going to have to step back and regroup here. AZ does go down. Chaotic down. Zoe able to get back to team and spawn.
Once again, coming back out, you see Jade Dynasty's fire for this match. Their aggression is just off the charts right now.
Yeah. What do you think of this Junker Queen play here by Wick? It's interesting. I think Ramatra worked fairly well against Oso's Reinhardt, but switching it up here.
Of course. I mean, I do like the pick of Junker Queen. That's not a bad pick at all. The Ramatra, it did work. I think they might just be trying something different.
And Dragon Blade in the back here. And Khan does go down. And counter blade from AZ. Able to get Loesch. Zoe able to get Oso. It is just Arrow here. And Arrow is able to avoid elimination. Now they did use a couple ults there, but ultimately needed in order to keep the progress going on the payload. And Oso coming in with Earth Shatter. And not quite able to get anyone. Both Immortality Fields do go down. Squid using ult here. Able to get Chaotic in the back line. And Khan able to get Wick. Khan switching to Mei. And Oso's going to go in there and make sure AZ does not escape. Chris also going down. You see Chaotic fighting a little bit here from spawn.
I do really like this Mei play here, Andrew, going against that Genji especially.
Yeah. Yep. It's a solid counter swap. Which, speaking of counter swaps, not to interrupt the action, but I hear Blizzard is talking about adjusting the ability to counter swap or how often you can do it.
Yeah, not quite sure how I feel about that. It's not the greatest decision, I don't think. I feel like that's part of the game. But overall, we don't really know the experience of not being able to do that quite yet, so it could be interesting.
Sure. You do see Jade Dynasty able to push PA back. Khan getting a solid wall, keeping the rest of PA blinks in spawn while Wick is defenseless and isolated. And they are going to try and go, but immediately Squid is snuffing out their attempt to go a separate direction. Khan using ult here. AZ going down. Wick going down. Chaotic going down as well. And AZ going down to Khan, who is hanging out on top there. Again, isolating Wick. Wick using ult, but going down. Beat drop is forced, however. I guess more than anything as a safety precaution to ensure the rest of PA blinks weren't coming out while the team was antied.
60 seconds.
We do see PA blinks kind of trying to split that high ground and low ground right now, too.
Yeah, and you see Wick playing Orisa here now. Another Earth Shatter from Oso. Not able to get Zoe. Oso does go down, but so does Wick. AZ going down. Chris down. Chaotic down. And Zoe down.
30 seconds remaining.
You know what? Whether it counts or not in the Overwatch rulebook, that was a team kill.
I would agree with that one. I would 100% agree with that one.
And really pushing here. The payload managing to make its way almost all the way back to where it started. And overtime is popped here. Khan going down. And you see Jade Dynasty playing real reserved, which all they have to do is get PA off of the payload for a little bit, as overtime has been up for a while now. Artillery coming from AZ. And arrow there to put some pressure there on AZ. AZ taking quite a bit of damage. Does get some healing. And Wick going down. Oso goes down, but so does Zoe, and AZ is just chaotic there on point. B is dropped. Chris coming in just a smidge too late.
He's able to touch, but not for long enough.
And that is it. Jade Dynasty coming away with the first round. Let's take a look at this play. I have an idea what it is, though.
Play of the game. Rails empowered and ready to fire. This ends now. On a roll. Cleaning house.
Alrighty, and we will be right back to start the second game. Alrighty, everyone, we are back to see the second game here in this matchup between PA Blinks and Jade Dynasty. So far, I've seen some good things from both teams. PA having a really good push when they were on attack in King's Row, but ultimately not able to finish it out. They weren't able to get past that second choke and getting to that second point. Meanwhile, Jade Dynasty able to complete the map. So as we're going in the second game, we have got push at Esperanza. So we'll see what adjustments PA Blinks can make. Again, going back to that, setting the tone to where they want it in order to maximize what they want to do with the game.
In my opinion there, I feel like PA Blinks didn't play bad. I do think that they were maybe trying to figure out a little bit about their team comp, just because, like I said, they did have 2 new players. So that might be just a little bit difficult, might be a rough start. But I did see them kind of turn it around there towards the end, Andrew. And I'm excited to see how this changed. The strategy between push and between hybrid can also just kind of vary a little bit, just because it doesn't have that control point to start off the map.
Yeah, I would say definitely, though, push can be a lot more aggressive and a lot more tempo-based. So going back to what I had said initially, Jade Dynasty always coming out with a very fast-paced tempo, a very fast-paced game. And so the PA Blinks are really going to have to adjust to that and or break that cycle and set the game where they want it. Because, again, that robot is almost always moving, almost always going to be team fights happening. So a lot of action here coming in this next game here. I see that Oso is now switching off of Reinhardt and playing Roadhog, which we have seen Oso do quite a bit. So I'm excited to see how that plays into this. Meanwhile, we've got Squid on Soldier, Arrow playing Lucio, Lalaush on Curie, providing some cleanse there for Roadhog in case. Oh, and there's Chaotix on a play, getting some antis there on Hog, so cleanse is going to have to be used sparingly here. And Wick going down. Zoe going down. Chaotic getting hooked and pulled and eliminated by Oso. Khan able to finish off Chris in the backline, and AZ unable to escape Khan's Tracer. Again, almost immediately, Jade Dynasty were able to get in past Wick's shield and really do some damage there, ultimately leading to, again, what I would consider to be a team kill. So we're going to have to see what PA can do here. Pushing into this room. Meanwhile, team back here pushing the robot. Just Oso keeping the team away. You see Lelouch is antied, just letting it wear off here. And AZ unable to get away from Squid here. And Wick unable to protect Chaotic in the backline. Chris also going down to Arrow. PA now without any support.
Do you see AZ switching off of that Genji, going over to the Cassidy?
I think that'll be a good, in thought, it'll be a good counter to Khan's Tracer.
You see Arrow just kind of hanging that pushing point while the rest of Jade Dynasty does go ahead and get that.
AZ going down, Wick down, Zoe down, Chaotic down. Chris there trying to get a res, able to do so, but going down. And ultimately Wick going down as well. That Kitsune Rush combo with Whole Hog and Tactical Visor, that was absolutely a lethal combination from the Jade Dynasty. AZ getting pulled out of spawn. Oso almost able to get the elimination. Meanwhile, Jade Dynasty are not too far away from getting the point.
Wick does go ahead and use his ult. They're not able to get anyone, though.
You see beat is dropped. Chris using Valkyrie here to keep the team up. Zoe almost going down. Zoe does go down. AZ able to get Arrow. AZ able to get Squid down, but going down is just Wick. And Wick gets hooked through. And that is all she wrote for game 2. All right, and we will be right back after we set up game 3. Alrighty, and we are back for Game 3 of this matchup between PA Blinks and Jade Dynasty. What we've got here for you is going to be Escort at Circuit Royale. I'm excited to see both teams. You know, we saw some of Oso's Reinhardt, we saw some of Oso's Roadhog, so I'm excited to see what we're going to experience here in this third game. And again, third and potentially final game of this matchup. So the PA Blinks are really going to have to fight for survival here as we're going into this third game.
And we've seen it before, Andrew, where the team that's down 2 does come back and win the third game. Unfortunately, we haven't seen anyone able to turn it all the way back around, but I'm excited to see if PA Blinks can do that tonight.
I couldn't put it past them, honestly. but they're gonna have to pick it up a little bit and play what they want to play. You see some distaste of the map selection, which was by random, by the way, coming from Arrow. Clearly not thrilled about playing at Circuit Royale. I don't think that will affect the gameplay, but if it does, that could be the break that PA Blanks needs in order to come away with this third game here. You see, Chris is now playing Brigitte, AZ on Torb, Wick playing Ramatra again, which from the get-go I thought was a solid pick in that first game. Zoe now playing Symmetra and Chaotic on Baptiste. You see Oso sticking with Hog again. Squid now playing Widow. Arrow on Kiri, Lelouch on Zen, and Khan playing Tracer. Khan taking down AZ's turret here. Squid able to dome Chaotic. Wick going down as well. And PA Blanks are getting pushed here. Chris getting pushed here by Khan. Able to get Khan is just Zoe. Zoe going down as well. AZ down as well, along with his turret. And a solid push again from Jade Dynasty.
Like you said before, Andrew, you got to come out and you got to set the pace. You got to set the tempo. It's just what you have to do at the start of the match. And Jade Dynasty does that so well. They know what they want. They take charge and they go ahead and push.
I like the counter hog play. Khan able to stick and eliminate Zoe. Oso going down. Chris able to get Arrow here. Khan, however, able to flank in the back line, taking down AZ, getting recall off here. And Khan really kind of poking.
Just applying that pressure, letting his team come back and just push that point.
You see Squid able to get a solid pick on AZ, but not before AZ can take down Khan. Squid able to get another one. Zoe going down. Chris now pushing against Squid. Squid able to get Chris. Also getting Chaotic with Whole Hog. Turret going down. And Wick really low and finished off by Squid. I think that's one for the highlight reels there for Squid.
Squid looking real low in the back line there, though. Arrow getting real low. Able to get away, though.
Let's check out some Widow POV here. Now, thankfully, my curse hasn't returned, and Squid doesn't get insta-killed here.
You had to say it.
And AZ using Molten Core here. And Squid able to get AZ. Khan taking down the turret here. Chris now using Rally here to hopefully counter Tranquility. And Whole Hog being used here by Wick. Able to take down Oso. Lelouch able to get Chris. Wick able to get Lelouch. And Khan looking low as well, but able to get out in time for Arrow to supply some much needed health here.
Khan's putting a lot of pressure in this backline right now.
Lelouch now switching to Lucio here. And Chris going down. Kitsune Rush being used here by Jade Dynasty with a window here to provide some support, but unable to do so. Zoe down, Wick down. Squid does go down, but Chaotic goes down, and AZ is down as well.
PA Blink's just able to touch right before it gets all the way. You, however, have 3.5 minutes to hold this point.
You see Zoe went down, Chris went down, Wick went down, Chaotic down.
And that is
And
round 1.
Technically AZ went down too, but that was after the round ended. Solid push there from Jade Dynasty in order to complete the map.
Switching sides. Initiating match.
So we've been saying it all night. Jade Dynasty yet again dominating their opposition. But the game's not over yet, so we're going to have to see what PA Blanks can do here. There aren't too many things to critique as far as looking at Jade Dynasty's lineup and trying to pinpoint some things that the PA Blanks could do in order to overcome their opposition. So ultimately it's a battle of, I would say strength, a battle of wits. And again, sticking with that, Jade Dynasty, if they get a few elims, they're just pushing W. They're rolling forward, and they're not stopping until their opposition is gone.
I would agree. They've done really well, especially with like their ult usage, their ult combos, knowing when to use them to capitalize on them the most they can. I am excited to see how the strategies change for both teams here, knowing that it's a different game between offense and defense.
Yeah.
Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
And you see AZ able to find them, pinpointing their location here. Turrets do go through. Zoe does go down. Chaotic now facing Arrow and Khan. Chaotic going down as well. Chris able to get Khan. AZ going down to Lelouch here.
Did you see Oso just holding this high ground?
Which I would honestly say is a little unusual for Roadhog on Circuit Royale, but so far it's paying off for Jade Dynasty. I'd like to see more of it. You see that the majority of PA Blinks are over here focused on Oso and his Roadhog. Meanwhile, you've got Lelouch back here, and Squid was back here at some point. You see Khan coming back from spawn here. You see Khan coming up on the high ground. Oso able to get back in time thanks to the teleporter from Khan. Chris able to get Khan, however. Oso is slept in the back line. You see Oso is able to get AZ here. See Arrow able to get Chris there. Squid taking down AZ. And you see both Widows ulting here. Arrow able to get Chaotic. You see Jade Dynasty going up top again.
They are really loving that high ground up there. It's taken off those angles, especially from the characters the PA Blinks are playing.
You see Arrow really low going up against AZ with the help of... Sorry, I was watching AZ jump up there to contest Oso a little bit, but unable to do maybe as much as he would have liked to here. You see Oso now coming in from the back. Chaotic looking for... Not able to do anything. Khan able to get the elimination here. And Oso punching Wick to death. Zoe able to get a solid pick here on Khan. And Squid able to get Zoe. PA Blinks have just a little over 30 seconds to push the payload the remainder of the way. Oso using Whole Hog, able to get Chaotic down. A solid hack coming from AZ, getting some good damage. Maybe not allowing Jade Dynasty to get the full value of that Whole Hog, but no less able to get some solid picks there. Squid again taking down Zoe, Chaotic going down to Oso, Khan taking down Chris with a trap here. You see Wick going down as well. It is AZ and Squid there. Lelouch now coming back. They are able to get AZ. Overtime is popped, and the PA Blinks are unable to touch the point. Jade Dynasty comes away with the third game and the match. Alrighty, well that is it for this matchup between the PA Blinks and the Jade Dynasty. Again, Jade Dynasty coming away with another dominating performance, another 3-0 victory. I'm excited to see what Jade Dynasty can do here coming up in the regular season, which will start sometime in January. Jade Dynasty is now done for the preseason, finishing it out undefeated. So well done to the Jade Dynasty for such a dominating performance. We are excited to see what they can do in the regular season. Meanwhile, PA Blinks did take the L here, but they should not be ashamed of that. They do have some solid players and a solid composition going for them. Ultimately, unable to overcome the power and might of Jade Dynasty this evening. Any final takeaways from you, Jakey?
I mean, I think you just said it all. Jade Dynasty is just a force to be reckoned with. They're undefeated. They're the #1 team. It's going to be a tough battle no matter what. And I feel like PA Blinks did a really good job of coming out. They had the confidence. They had the aggression. And I feel like they played against them really well. I don't feel like they played bad at all. I think they just kind of maybe took a little bit longer than they expected to figure out that team comp, especially with those two new players, and just kind of getting that strategy, getting that synergy to go ahead and finish out the match.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that analysis there, Jakey. Like we both kind of said, just some adjustments needed to be made in the pace and the gameplay, but ultimately unable to do so. But with that being said, I want to give a shout out to all of you watching. Shout out to all the competitors. We appreciate all of you for being here tonight. While we've got you here, and hopefully you're still watching, we do have our Discord. We do have a Facebook, TikTok, and obviously you're watching our YouTube, as we're going to try and post more content there. So if you could, go ahead and drop us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow us by any means. We would appreciate all that as we are trying to grow as a community. And with that being said, we are looking for more players and more teams. So if you and some buddies, or just you yourself, are interested in participating in the Overwatch Odyssey League, feel free to shoot us a DM or a message, or we do have an email as well if anyone still uses that. But feel free to reach out to us, and we'll do what we can to get you involved. We'd love to have more people in here. But with that being said, again, thank you to you all who are watching, and thank you to the competitors. We hope you have a great evening, and we'll see you Wednesday at 7 p.m.